Today, we're going to open up a box of 1992 Upper Deck Collector's Choice. This is one of my favorite baseball series of all time. And in the 92 collection, you've got cards like the Ken Griffey Juniors, the Deion Sanders Football Baseball Edition, Bo Jackson, Nolan Ryan, and plenty of stars from the 90s. And in this box, it also has, look for the Ted Williams cards in it as well. So I haven't opened up a 92 box in a long time, but this was one of my favorite boxes and sets as a kid. So the Toronto Blue Jays winning the World Series. You had the Braves who were starting on their run of National League titles. You had the Mariners who were coming up, Ken Griffey Jr., and plenty of stars to go in this set. In this, in early 90s. You got Barry Bonds from the Pirates. I mean, there's a ton of good cards in this set. And today, we're going to open this up. I haven't opened up this in a long time. Long time since I opened up one of these. There we go. And there we have it. Look at the foil on these ones. It's been so long. It's been a long time since I opened these packs. Look at those. 1992. And you got to find the Ted Williams cards. There's details in the back. But we're just going to start ripping and start going here. And of course, for this set, I'm really looking for a couple different cards. One, I can't even open these. Got the foil here. Wow, these are hard to open. Let's open these. Come on, baby. So what I'm looking for in this set, I'm looking in particular for the Ken Griffey Juniors. We're really looking to complete that, complete a lot of the 90s cards of Ken Griffey Jr. And then I'm also looking for, we're looking for Bo Jackson's. Luke and I, one of our favorite players is Bo Jackson all time. And so that's some of the other cards that we're looking for in the set. All right, we got Bud Black to start out. We got all kinds of weird cards. Warren Newson. They're all spread out. The Gardner. Oh, these all all kinds of craziness. They're like upside down, reverse. We're going to be turning cards all the time here. So, Jeff Brantley. Harvey. We got here, you got old Robin Yount, Hall of Famer. The old Expos. Brett Barbie. Oh, man, these are all in here weird. Mark. We got, you got stickers cards here. So we got the Brewers in there. Palmero. Got Doug. Some of these are vertical, some of these are horizontal. There we go. Sean Dunston. Flip that one around. Craig Holes. Oh, that's a fun card. What the heck is that? Montreal to Seattle. Oh, it's a checklist card. There you go. That's a kind of a fun one. A prospects checks card. We got Howard Johnson, Collector's Choice here. Mets Magic. Put him off to the side. And then Delano DeShields. I think whose son is in the big leagues now. So here we go. First pack off and running. I like the metal foil on these packs are really nice. They kept the cards... keep these cards super nice. It keeps these cards really super nice. So you got Scott Terry. And again, we're looking for certain cards in this set. You got Steve Howe. Love these cards. These cards are so clean. Chris Nabholz. We got going on here. All right, Paul Ossenmacher. Some crazy names. Baseball's got some of the best names. Mark Portugal. And then we got Dean Palmer, Texas legend for a while. Ryan Bowen. We got Brett Butler, Dodgers. Bill Spears. We got Dwight Evans from the Orioles, Red Sox legends. Mike LaVallerie. Terry Kennedy. Jeremy Hernandez looking super serious. We got Scott Kaminsky from the Yankees. And, there we go. There's one of the Ted Williams cards. So it's 46-49 MVP Baseball Heroes. That's a nice card. That is a very nice card. I actually need to find a little sleeve for these. A little discombobulated today. Without Luke here helping me out, I don't know what I'm doing today. So I have no idea with some of these cards like this one. We'll put him in a sleeve. I have no idea. We're going to sleeve it and keep rolling. Wow, I got a lot of packs here. Hopefully, we got a long ways to go. See if we can find the Bo Jackson or the Griffey cards. 92 was one of the... Gosh, can I open these from the bottom, maybe? They're easier to open? No. Good grief. These are really hard to open. Oh my gosh. Come on, baby. There we go. 92, 92 was just getting into the swing of baseball. It was It's before, I think, the Royd era's taken over, and when things were good. Baseball in the 90s was some of the best, and that's what I grew up watching. So cool. So cool watching some of these guys. Orozco. We got this one, Craig Lefty. Got Mickey Morandini. Paul O'Neill before he joined the Yankees on the Reds. I think underrated player for the Yankees championship teams. Roberto Alomar, part of those Blue Jays championship teams. We got Greg Hayes, Steve Olin looking to throw that thing, chuck that ball crazily. Ooh, here we go. Did we find one? Did we find the card? Oh, it's just a regular Deion Sanders. There's the other one has the football and baseball Deion, which is pretty cool. So Hubie Brooks, Doug Henry, got Mo Samford, and then Doug Henry. Yeah, so the other Deion Sanders card is like a football baseball kind of combination card, and it's got like kind of this reflector kind of image going with it. It's pretty damn cool. There's another Ted Williams, so Triple Crown winner heroes from 42. We got Craig Donalds. Man, these are all over the place. These cards are just all backwards and everything. Chris Donalds, Melindo Perez. You got Jay Bell, Diamondbacks World Series hero. You got Lenny Dykstra, who's not in the news for good stuff anymore. David Howard. Got Mark Langston, Lanky Langston. The Don Mattingly. Monty Ferris. Dwayne Ward. Got Mike Garnier. We got here Jeff Brantley and Ken Hill. And the last card is Gerald Perry. All right. Got another Ted Williams, a Triple Crown winner. This was before he went into the military service in World War II. Still think Ted Williams is one of the greatest players of all time. People, probably in baseball, other than Ken Griffey Jr., he's probably the best player in baseball history who didn't win a World Series. Now, I know, Barry Bonds could be in that argument. He went to a World Series, actually, but Griffey was just on another level. Like, Ted Williams was there was just something different about him. I mean, those guys they were just legends. Bill Swift blowing some big league shoe there. Got Greg again. I mean, those guys were just different level. Jesse Orozco again, Indians. Jose. Hello, Jose. Marquise Grissom, Expos legend, Braves. Played for some really good teams in the NL East. David Cone for the Mets before he joined the Yankees. Got Milt Thompson, Joe Carter, another Blue Jays All-Star legend. Got Willie Wilson. Looks like he's playing in the mud there. Chris Sabo. Chris Sabo always had the best glasses I wear. That dude was amazing. Dave Valley. Tom Nevers, prospect. I don't think he did much. Then another Delino DeShields collector's choice. And then a Sean Dunstan's collector's. Ooh, look at that. Upper Decks Heroes games, August 16th, 1992. That's pretty cool. So I really started watching baseball, I think probably a year and a half after this. I mean, the biggest thing with 92 was, I cannot believe think about it going backwards, is that the lockout was, the season lockout was 2 years later. That's crazy to think that, these guys just walked out, Bob Walk, and then things just fell apart and they walked off the field and they didn't play the rest of the season. I mean, the Expos were one of the best teams that season. Like, they changed the whole trajectory of that franchise, and it changed, I think, for a lot of different teams. The Braves took off. They're Kevin Mitchell. The Braves took off to become a powerhouse. The Mariners started up and coming. Dennis Martinez was, Expos legend. I mean, that team should have won the World Series that year, but they didn't. There's Bobby Bonilla, still getting paid by the Mets. Danny Tartable. Look at the forearms on that guy. Sean Dunston. That look running serious there. We got Randy McGillen, Eduardo Perez, Angels prospect. And then we got, let's see what we got here. Another Sean Dunston. Wow, back-to-back Sean Dunstons. And then a Ted Williams hero hit 406 in 1991. That is crazy. I will say, I do not think anybody in the history of baseball ever again is going to hit 400 for a season. It may not happen in my lifetime. I just don't think it's going to happen. I think there's just no way. These guys are barely hitting 300 a season now. I just don't think that there's any way that anybody's going to ever hit 300 ever again. Ever again. Mike Jeffcoat, why is he playing football? It's baseball season, bro. Let's see here. Eric Hansen, Travis Fryman. He got around the league a little bit, played for a couple different teams. Tom Candiotti with the Blue Jays. Young Luis Gonzalez with the Astros. And we got Jeff Treadway. There we go. Greg Vaughn. Got here. Got, whoops. Drop that one. Oop. Gilbert Reyes. Got Vince Coleman. Man, that was built for speed. Darryl Strawberry with the Dodgers. Man, he got around after his Mets days, I'll say that. Raul Mondesi, prospect card. He was one of the better players from the 92 era that came through that year. Oh, look at this card. Okay, so we got a 400... Dave Winfield 400 club right here. Isn't that it? Yeah, Winfield's 400. That's cool. And then a Craig Biggio. That's the Astros checklist card. Way cool. Yeah, Dave Winfield was an underrated player. He played for multiple different teams. But yeah, I mean, even in the early 90s, like 92, 93, I remember like the Dodgers, Eric Karros, Raul Mondesi, Pedro Martinez. I mean, there were the Dodgers prospects in the 90s were crazy. They had some of the best players coming through their farm system, and they still did for a while after that, but just how many good players they had was insane. Like, they kept, Rookie of the Years, Eric Karros. There was just, nothing that was stopping the Dodgers from just being such an amazing team. Look at a Cubs Sammy Sosa card. Wow, that was before he went to play for the rival Cubs. Charlie O'Brien. Got here Mike Flanagan, Julio Franco. Got Pirates Doug Drabeck. Got Pat Borders. And we got, here we go, Cal Ripken Jr. Nice. John Farrell, more known for his coaching. Oh my gosh, look at that. That is a retro card if I ever saw one. Andy Ashby, rookie star. Andy Ashby plays in the league for quite a while. And then last card, Reggie Sanders, rookie, star rookie. Man, we got a lot of rookies cards and stuff in here. So 92 was a pretty decent year for the rooks. Wasn't Ken Griffey Junior year, but a lot of rooks in here so far. A lot of rooks in here. Henry Cotto. Look at that. We got Adam Peterson. Flip this one over. Alan Anderson. You got Ray Sanchez. Flip this around. Tom Flash Gordon with his cool eye wear. You got Bruce Hurst. You got Dave Martinez. A lot of Expos. A lot of Martinez's played for the Expos. Tom Pagnozzi. Ed Sprague. Blue Jays legend. Mike Devereaux. Bip Roberts. Randy Johnson. Wow, look at that. Whew. Look at that. Crazy. Before he got started throwing heaters behind John Kruk and Larry Walker there. Or Kurt Miller prospect. You got a Pedro star rookie upper deck card. There you go. And then last one, Derek Bell rookie. Wow, a lot of rookie packs so far. Pulling the decent rookies. All right, now we're tearing up here. We're still looking for the Bo Jacksons and the Griffies, though. Still looking for the Bo Jacksons and the Griffies. Jerry Don Gleaton. Wow. That's quite a name. Mark Lee. Scott Service. And then we got Cal Eldred. Ozzie Guillen. I think Ozzie was probably a better manager than he was a player. I will say that. He always kept the White Sox in the headlines, kept them relevant, There's Dante Bichette, Milwaukee, before he joined Colorado. Juan Gonzalez, Mike Fitzgerald, Rob Dibble. That guy. Ben McDonald, Jeff Plimpton, rookie. Then we got Arthur Rhodes, rookie star. Remember Arthur Rhodes playing for hometown Mariners at one point. And then we got Triple Crown winner card again from Ted Williams. I pulled this one earlier. Better twice sometimes with little Teddy there. Man. I do like these cards. These cards are super clean. 90s style. God, these are really nice cards. Bobby Rose. That's why I love the this set in particular was just so freaking nice. You hold these cards, they just feel so good. Carlton Fisk playing first base, because by that time he wasn't playing catcher anymore. John Smiley. Chuck Knobloch. When I was a kid, we used to call him Chuck Brainlock because he couldn't throw the ball to first base. Rick Wilkins. Yeah, that man had some troubles. Pete O'Brien. Look at the glasses on Pete. Love that. Twin sticker. There we go. Brett Saberhagen. Won the World Series for the Royals. Terry Pendleton. Van Slake. Steve Upper Decker. No, not those kind of Upper Deckers, but Rondell White rookie. Look at that. A lot of good prospect cards in here. I think there's another Reggie Sanders prospect. Yep. And then a Rob Dibble collector's choice. That's pretty cool. The old Cincinnati stadium there in the background. Missed the was it Three Rivers? Where's Three Rivers in Pittsburgh? Forget what the stadium in the 90s where that Cincinnati was in, but it was one of the cooler stadiums out there. Lee Guterman. And we got Gino chilling out. Joe, that's a kind of an interesting card. Lloyd Mosby, great name. Man, Mo Vaughn. Mo Vaughn was the pre-David Ortiz for the Red Sox. I don't know why Minnesota ever traded him away. What a shame. 2003, they traded him at the end of the offseason. 2004, then he started playing for the Red Sox. Like, that was Gary Sheffield card. Like, one of probably the worst trades of all time, I would say, for the Twins. I mean, it changed the course of history for kind of both those franchises because the Twins kind of went the other direction. The Red Sox ended up winning the World Series. Dave Henderson card. Like, the Red Sox started, then won the World Series after that. So, Steve Hosby prospect. Really changed a lot. Another Derek Bell. And then, a Hall of Fame card. 1966. Wow. Look at young Ted back then. Looking smooth and suave. Man, I wish I could have. It was one of the things, if you had to go back in time and say, like, hey, I would love to have watched this player play back in the day, I think I'd want to go back and watch Ted Williams play in the 40s. Like, he just something about, like, just the way he played, the way he could hit the ball, see the ball. Like, I would just want to just sit there, watch him play, and just pick his brain for a few minutes and just ask him tons of questions about things, baseball related and World War II. I mean, he was one of the best fighter pilots out there. I mean, his eyesight was crazy. That's what made him so good, was his eyesight and how good that was. Just incredible. There's a Pudge Rodriguez card. David Wells. Looking young in that card. Greg Olson. Mo. We got here towards the end. Doug Henry and Jeremy Hernandez again. Yeah, young 40s Ted Williams. Crazy. Whoop. There we go. Got back to back to start, same card. That's kind of crazy. We got random checklist card. Pulling this. There's such a weird deck on this one. Heathcliff Slocum. Played for a bunch of teams in the 90s. George Brett. I always liked George Brett. He was quite an interesting character. The Pine Tar incident in Yankee Stadium was always a fun one. John Olerud. Underrated first baseman for the Mariners. That card, he's playing for the Blue Jays, though. He was their first baseman. Oh, there's Barry Bonds' card. Okay, one of the better cards in the set. Old school Barry. We'll put him aside. And then what we got here? We got a Dave Righetti. Oh, forgot this was in the set. Look at young Manny Ramirez right there. Oh, my gosh. Dang. Manny's young in that photo. And then we got Kenny Lofton, rookie star. Oh, this is it. Primes 2. I think this is it. This is one of the special cards. It is. Look at that. This is one of the ones we were looking for. So it's the primetime Braves and Falcons from 92. I think this, especially when the Braves were and the Falcons were in the playoffs at the same time, he was having to travel and play both games. That's one of the SP cards, the special cards. I think this is a SP3, I think, on this one. Look at that. And he's even wearing Mizuno cleats before Deion joined Nike. It was part of the Swoosh organization, I think, then. I think he primetime became that afterwards. But there we go. Pulled both the Deion Sanders cards, but no Bo Jacksons and no Ken Griffey Juniors yet, unfortunately. But Luke and I are starting to collect a lot of, like, certain players. I mean, Barry Bonds is one we collect. I mean, I don't, Royd age era or not, I mean, I still think Barry Bonds is a great hitter. I mean, collecting all the old Deion cards, I think that's just more of a cultural thing. I mean, yeah, he's in the news coaching Colorado, but I think You know, between Deion and Bo Jackson, I just don't think we're ever going to see another 2-star player like that at some point. Oh, Rookie of the Year, Ted Williams. Look at that, 1939. That is some old school there. Collector's Choice card. That's Willie McGee. Checklist card here. And we got Dave with no jersey in the front. No logos on that one. That's a crazy looking card. Kurt Gibson with the Royals. Wow. Was after his Dodgers heroicness. Eric Davis, definitely an underrated player of the 90s. George Bell. Yeah, Kurt Gibson, I mean, he's most known for that home run at Dodger Stadium, but I mean, he played for a bunch of different teams and was a really, really good overall player. I think people don't realize how, like, good he just was overall. Kevin Brown. And we got Brian Smith, Russ Swan, and then we got, what's the last year? Just a regular checklist card here. And people just forget, like, how good he actually was. And man, if he hadn't got injured, I think he would have even been even better. And kept playing, but he got injured, and just unfortunately, when your legs give out and say you can't play first base, it's just that kind of dooms you. I mean, you can DH for so long, but you start getting a little bit slower and things become a little bit harder. Another checklist card. That's what happens to a lot of those older guys. They just, they can't get around as fast as they used to. So Pat Kelly, unfortunately, gets to the best of them. But I mean, you don't see a lot of guys playing a lot, way into their close to their 40s anymore in baseball. It's just not a thing anymore. Mark Grace card. Craig Biggio catcher card. I always forget he was a catcher before he played second base. Dan Wilson, Mariners legend. He played for the Red system though for a long time. Wilfred Cordero. A lot of rookie prospect cards in this set. And another Kenny Lofton card. Lofton was more the Indians guy, and that was, I think, the other thing is the Indians, Braves. So there's a few teams of the 90s that really started to come up as the era went along. And I think it really, again, the 94 lockout really changed a lot of things with, like, the National League East, where the Braves started to take and be dominant. This was kind of the starting point for the Yankees, although they stunk in the late 80s and 90s until then. It was Edgar Martinez first base card. That's a cool one. They just, was kind of the change, right? You had the Giants, the A's, the Dodgers in the 80s, and really I think it shifted more to the East Coast in the 90s. Those teams started to, who the good teams were. Here's a Sean Green prospect. Fred McGriff, Padres checklist card. I love the old San Diego Stadium. And then another Triple Crown, Ted Williams. We're all in the Triple Crowns today. Will anybody ever win the Triple Crown in baseball ever again? I mean, I think Ohtani could probably do it. He's probably the closest one, but you're just not going to see that anymore. Bob Melvin, look at that. I just don't know if you're going to see any Triple Crown winners anymore. It's just going to be so much harder. I mean, I just don't know. I mean, home runs and RBIs probably, but the batting average thing is so crazy. These guys don't hit for average anymore. They just hit. They're hitting like 280. Like barely any guys are hitting over 300 anymore. Like I don't get it. Something's definitely changed, or like the balls are different. I don't know. I'm pretty confused. Playoff perfection, Steve Avery. Nice looking card. Like, just, you don't have these guys. Like, if you look back in the 90s and some of those all-star games, like, every guy in the starting lineup hit over 300. You're lucky, the last couple years, these guys get enough walks and on-base percentage that's great. But most of these guys, like, they're not hitting, like, don't hit over 300. It's like, it's so different now. And I wish, boy, that's kind of a cool card. I wish, it would be better off if for baseball, if these guys just hit better. But I don't know, pitching's having a little bit of a moment right now. And, the biggest guys like Trout and Ohtani, yeah, they're hitting, but there's just not as many guys hitting over 300. And I have, there's theories out there, yada, 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 but I don't know. It's just not what it used to be. So Joe Vitiello, Roger, I don't even know that guy. Prospect. And Ryan Klesko rookie card. Man, loaded rookie cards in these packs. Guys used to just hit so much better. They don't hit like they used to anymore. They hit some towering home runs. Aaron Judge hits a lot of home runs, but he might be the other guy who could maybe hit and get the Triple Crown, but I don't know. The Yankees aren't really doing much, so he's either gonna have to just, there's a little Wade Boggs card. He's either gonna have to figure it out, or I don't know. It'd be hard to hellbent to think that, you know, Judge would have to go play for another team if the Yankees can't win. I mean, they're gonna waste his talents in the prime of his career. Like, I would hate to imagine that to be the case, but Mark Newfield, another Klesko rookie, and then this is a David Justice. Look at that. Welcome to the Chop Shop. That's pretty freaking cool. Wow. You know, David Justice was part of those 90s Braves team, 95 World Series team. One of the best assembled talent teams of all time in the 90s, those Braves team. Man, they just had stuff figured out. They just had it figured out. They just had so many good players. They had at every position. They were deep. Braves were just such a good team. You know, Darrell Hamilton, Joey Cora, played for the Mariners too. Jimmy Key, a little Baltimore sticker. Juan Gonzalez again. Still looking for that Griffey card. Still looking for that Bo Jackson. Playoff perfection. Steve Avery again. Then Todd Zeile, the old Busch Stadium. Todd Zeile. And we move on. Still looking. It's been a while since I pulled a Bo Jackson card, unfortunately. Mike Jackson, another great player of the 90s. Bobby Witt, his kid's in the big leagues now. Otis Nixon, yeah. Steve Finley. A lot of these guys played for a long time. Maldonado. Gary Sheffield again. Sheffield played for a lot of teams. Dale Murphy. Dale Murphy should be in the Hall of Fame, by the way. I don't know why he isn't. Nagy, or Wohlers prospect. And we got a couple. There's Eddie Murray, Dodgers. That's pretty freaking cool, like that. And then Willis McGee again. Willie McGee again. The old candlestick. Love the old candlestick. Some of the old stadium names were so good, too. That's the thing that I miss, is now they're all just branded. They don't have like the old good stadium names like the Kingdome and the old Yankee Stadium. Like, they just all have names now. It kind of takes away from it. Like those old names, like Three Rivers Stadium, just there was nothing to them. I love the Shea Stadium. They turned them into billboards, unfortunately, now. John Olerud card. Dykstra. We got here Mike Henry. Ryan Sandberg. Hall of Famer. Rico Bronya. Look at that. Oh, Rico Bronya. We got Willie Banks prospect. And then we got Brian Williams Astros. We got some new rookies in there. Well, by the time I'm recording this, it is start of the season, so there's going to be a lot of interesting things to see how things happen. Alex Bregman's playing for the Cubs now. Cubs apparently are all in. They're going for it this year. I mean, they are all in. They are all in to win this year. Dwayne Ward, Craig Burley. We'll see if they can make it happen. I don't know. The Dodgers look pretty good last year, although the Blue Jays gave them a run for their money last year. There's an Ozzie Smith card. They gave them a run for their money. There's a Craig Biggio Astros card. Look at that. Ted Williams. Is that the... Oh, there's a checklist. It's 36 of 36. There we go. Wow, it's a Heroes card. That's actually freaking cool. I like these. I like just the old nostalgia art of these 90s cards. There's just something to these. I love these cards. I don't know why. There's just the art. I think it's just they were simple. There wasn't holograms on these cards. I think that there was like, I just love the simplicity of them. And that's just me. I think, the cards now, they just got refractors and all this coloring and stuff with them. Like, I just love the simplicity of these cards. And maybe that's why I keep opening packs of 90s cards, because it brings me back to the nostalgic days of what things look like back in the 90s. Just simple, cool, cool looking cards, guys with action, simple, nothing to them. Just, I love these cards. I love them. Steve Farr, Todd Zeile, and we are pretty far in. Here's Pirates, Doug Drabeck. We are pretty far into this deck, and we still have not found Ken Griffey Junior or Bo Jackson. Still looking. All right. Bobby Rose. I even found like a Mark McGwire card. Canseco. We're missing a lot of cards. Tommy Green. A lot of cards, a lot of players from this era this year that we don't have so far. Another Bobby Bonilla, still getting paid out there, baby. Ron Karkovic, Jeremy Burnitz. Wow. God, look at the Mets prospect card there. Brian Williams again, and then we got Player of the Decade for the 50s. Well, okay, we're getting some more Ted Williams cards here. I like it. I like it. Good old Teddy Williams. Let's see. Grew up in, I grew up, I'm still kind of a Mariners fan. I watched the games. I mean, I was really a fan when Griffey was on the team, and then obviously he went to Cincinnati and then came back at the very end of his career. But, I mean, I was just a Griffey fan. A-Rod, Randy Johnson, those teams were, there's Jay Buhner card. I love those teams. There's just something about it. Now, it's like, again, I kind of fell off the track after the, that's a cool Albert Bell card. Man, he looks, dude, that dude is beefy. The Mariners were just that early team in the 90s. I love watching them. Todd Van Poppel and then Winfield's 400th again. I love watching the Mariners, and then obviously I'm a Red Sox fan through the family. But yeah, I mean, it's hard to watch baseball anymore. I've been to a Giants game against the Diamondbacks a couple years ago. Definitely the game was a lot faster than I remember sitting through 3.5 hour games. Another Deion card. Come on, where's Bo Jackson? We want enough Deion cards now. It's so much easier, I think, to sit through games now than it used to be. But back in that day, man, it was much, much harder. Patrick Lennon and then Todd Van Poppel again. So, I mean, I'll watch a few every so often on TV, catch up when watching the Red Sox. I mean, it's hard to follow them anymore. I mean, the guys I used to love, Big Poppy and Dustin Pedroia and those guys, like, they're all retired. It's just not the same anymore. Brian Holman, I thought Griffey was in the background of that card, but he wasn't. Just so much harder to watch anymore. Mookie Wilson, Blue Jays. A lot of good players on that Blue Jays teams. Back-to-back World Series, Dimitri Young. Wow. Back-to-back World Series winners on there, too. Got Dibble again, and then another Crime Dog. Fred McGriff card. Yeah, Braves teams, Expos. Man, there's just, if there was ever like a what-ifs list, I think if the lockout hadn't happened in 94, I just feel like the Expos would have won the World Series that year. There's no doubt in my mind that they would have made it happen. And I think that would have changed the course of history of baseball, because I think the Expos ultimately would have stayed in back-to-back Carlos Baerga cards. I think they would have stayed. Rick Aguilera. Will Clark. I do like that Will Clark card. I think they would have stayed. And honestly, that just makes me sad. There's another one of those David Justice cards, and then another Eddie Murray. That lockout changed the history of that franchise. I mean, it moved to Washington. Washington won the World Series. I mean, it'd be great if the Expos, I mean, Montreal could get another team, but it would take a little bit for that to happen. But it would be nice. But that lockout year changed so much. I mean, the Mariners came back, and then the Yankees changed and became kind of the team of the late 90s, and that kind of rewrote that history too. And a lot of that has to do with the fact that beginning of the decade, I mean, you had a lockout and teams weren't playing. The players walked off the field, and that was kind of it. So it was super unfortunate, and it cost Montreal and the city a ton. I mean, I think it would have probably changed the course of history for Seattle. I mean, maybe the Yankees wouldn't have been as good as they were. I mean, there's all kinds of ways to look at this and kind of twist it, but I think it's one of the biggest what ifs. Like, what if they hadn't moved? Super unfortunate. Maybe the Yankees never would have been the Yankees. Maybe Derek Jeter would have never been Derek Jeter. Who knows? You just don't know. We can't go back and change it, but I think we can always debate it and figure out. There's Brady Anderson. We can always debate it and really understand. There's Doug Drabeck again. Ooh, John Kruk Phillies. Oh, look at that. Those future forearms from John Kruk. Can always certainly debate it, but just I don't know. I just think it's just super unfortunate. It's super unfortunate, and I really kind of was rooting for Toronto to win the World Series too, because they hadn't won in so long. It'd really be good to have a team in Canada win because they haven't won in baseball. Even the Canadian teams haven't won in hockey in a long time. It's just super, super unfortunate. You know, would definitely rooting for my Canadian teams here. Dave Winfield. Definitely rooting for the Canadian teams. So hopefully one of these years they'll maybe win. Oh, John Kruk back to back, and then got the Mets. Howard Johnson. There you go. Last few packs. Back to the last two packs. A couple of just quick technical difficulty there with the camera. Got 2 packs, 3 packs. Got a couple packs to pull. Bo Jackson and Ken Griffey left. We are coming down to the wire, unfortunately. Mike Morgan. Oh, there it is. I called it. This is exactly what we were looking for. There's the Bo card. Sick. I'm looking for that Bo card. We're starting a series of cards related to Bo Jackson on the channel. We haven't announced it yet. But we'll share it with you guys here pretty soon. There's Larry Walker Expos card. But we're going to share with you guys when the right time is. But we've got something cool coming up related to Bo Jackson. Carlos Rodriguez. Donald Harris. And then we've got a 406 and 91 again. Well, third to last pack. We pulled Mr. Bo Jackson. That's what we were looking for. Mr. Bo. Clean looking number 8 card right there. Sick tight. All right, still looking for Ken Griffey. I cannot believe that we have not pulled Ken Griffey Junior yet. How is that even possible, you guys? No possible way. A lot of Red Sox cards. Darren Lewis, Terry Steinbach. Anderson, just how can we go through this whole set without Ken Griffey Jr.? He was like the player of the 90s. HOMERUN. So crazy. Delano Shields, Joey Hamilton, Bausto Castilla, and second Triple Crown and 47. There it is. All right, one final pack. See if we can get blessed with the Griffey card. The last pack. We're going to be chasing that card down again. I don't know if we've got that in our Griffey set, but we're going to have to go chase that card down if we don't get it. So Mark Guthrie. So we got Corey Snyder. Andy Mata. Andres Galarraga. Rockies legend. Colorado was also a team of the decade, too. They were the up-and-comers. Probably their history would have changed a little bit, too, if things had gone differently. Here's Dave Winfield. Jesse Barfield, a little Big Hurt, Frank Thomas, Tyler Green, Tom Goodwin, not Gordon, Tom Goodwin, and last card, another 46-47 MVP card. Well, there you guys go. Didn't hit quite what we were looking for, but pulled the Bo Jackson, got the Deion Sanders cards, so pull some cards we were looking for out of the set, which I'm super excited about. Again, Bo Jackson, favorite 2-star athlete, one of my favorite athletes of all time. Definitely worth ripping to pull the Bo Jackson card today. Thank you guys so much for watching today's video on the 1992 Upper Deck Collector's Choice. If you're looking for more sports cards or Pokemon card unpacking videos, I got a couple videos right here that are awesome you should definitely check out. Comment, leave a like on the video, and hit subscribe if you're new to the channel. It's completely free and costs you absolutely nothing. I hope you guys enjoy your day. Best luck unpacking, and we'll see you guys on the next one. Peace out.